Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yogam, Shloka number 71. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Shraddhavananasuyascha Shrunuyadapi yo naraha Sovimukta Shubhan Lokan Prapnuyat Punya Karmanam. Bhagavan Shri Krishna concluded his teaching of the essence and final conclusion of the Shastra by saying in the 66th shloka, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Then after that, Bhagavan wants to give some instructions to the teachers for whom this knowledge should be imparted. Can we give to anybody just like that? So some qualifications are required for the listener who is not having a disciplined lifestyle and who is not having a faith on the scriptures, who is not having a faith on the teacher. We should not teach at all. Not only that, who is not interested to listen. After saying that, the teacher who is teaching, he must also follow these rules, and the listener should have those qualifications. And what benefit the teacher will get, who teaches. Bhagavan said, he is my most dearest devotee, whoever teaches my teaching. So an appreciation or the benefit the teacher gets, Bhagavan says, he attains me. Now, what about the listener? If the listener is not having all the qualifications, but still he have the Shraddha on the God, therefore he comes and sits in satsang for Shravanam. In 70th shloka, Bhagavan says, whoever studies the Bhagavad Gita, atheshyate cha ya imam dharmyam samvadam avayoho. O Arjuna, between you and me, whatever the conversation dialogue has taken place, and which is the real perfect and the only dharma. That's why dharmyam, it is not talking about any laukika dharmas, but ultimately it takes us to the paramardhika dharma, and that samvada which is nothing but is called a Gnana Yajna. Very important point, word Bhagavan coined. There is nothing greater than this teaching and listening of the Bhagavad Gita. That means we should understand that not only Bhagavad Gita, any teachings of the Lord. All the Upanishads are the teachings of the Lord. The entire Shastra belongs to Him only, His voice only, His Master's voice. So, any of that, particularly because now you heard from me this teaching, Upadesham, the name we have given to it later, Gitopadesham. Otherwise, it is just a Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, Brahmagnana Bodha. Therefore, Gnana Yajnam. There is nothing more important or nothing more greater than this. Therefore, Gnana Yajnena, in this way, Aham Ishtasyami iti me matihi. They are really worshipping me. There are so many other ways of worship and worshipping of the different other gods also. But this is the real worship. This is the only worship. What does it mean? That means more than listening to the Shastra 1 hour, even weekly once or twice is compensating the whole 1 weekdays your puja and other things. Of course, after this Gnana Yajna puja, you keep on recollect these words in the form of the manana. You contemplate or go deep more about these thoughts in the form of nididhyasana. So altogether, even you listen weekly once or twice or regularly, but it is going to be a 24/7 puja. 24/7 puja. Therefore, Bhagavan says, this is the more important Gnana Yajnena Aradhana, and this I like it most. Then in 71st shloka, now let us see that if the person not able to understand the teaching, suppose, because it is in one go, in one once the listening of whole Bhagavad Gita also may not make us to abide in that essential knowledge. Gnananishtha may not taken place. So people, but still they listen. Therefore, Shraddhavan, and he has got the faith because Bhagavad Gita talked by the Bhagavan Shri Krishna, or Bhagavatam also about the Lord, or Uddhava Gita also, or any Upanishads also, Shraddhavan. And he doesn't have any critical mind about the scriptures or the teacher who is teaching or the Lord. Anasuyaha. Just by listening itself without understanding, because the language may be Sanskrit, even though Guru explains in a local language, 75% of the teaching, more than 80-90 people may not able to understand, but still they come and sit, attend. So, yo naraha, whichever the person, people, they also will be benefited. In what way? not the Jivan Mukti, not liberation while living and merging with me, that may not take place, but Saha Api, this Api, even though those who just listen it for the sake of formality, for the sake of interest, they may come and sleep also there, and they may think that if I attend the Bhagavad Gita, this kind of pravachanam where the Bhagavatas or Mahatmas are talking, I will get punyam. Yeah, he will get the punyam. See, we need not to bother or worry that if I am not able to understand properly everything, only sometimes something going in this ear, but sometimes it's going above the head. Even though the words goes through this ear, but they are all just dissolving and disappearing. I am not able to recollect anything. I am not able to do any mananam or nididhyasanam. Then also I will get the benefit. Yes, surely you will get the benefit. Bhagavan's promise, saha api. Muktaha. He is also becomes the muktaha, means here not jivan muktaha or videha muktaha. He is also freed from the sins. His merit level will increase and he will attain the higher world. Shubhan lokan prapnuyat. He will go to the higher worlds because of this punyam. That means listening of Bhagavad Gita or sitting in the Shravanam also. If this is itself we accept, we eagerly wait for participating in the satsanga, Shravanam, either directly or at least in online. Therefore, you are benefited a lot. Because like this, the promise given by the Lord, He didn't say here, you read my 1,000 names. Whatever so far here we have discussed, this again somebody let him say, you sit and listen. Or somebody, the same thing will talk in a different manner by taking the Uddhava Gita, Rama Gita or say any other Ramayana, but they also point out these points in their prasanga or upadesha. Therefore, prapnuyat punya karmanam, that word, because this is the punya karma. So we need not to worry or doubt if only listening to Bhagavad Gita, if I am not following and doing many other vratas as many other people around me are doing, and they will visit so many different temples, and they perform so many other yatras or anything, you need not to specially spend the energy, time or money for them. If you want once in a while, you go, nothing wrong. But don't compare and see the others, they are doing so many things. If I don't do that, as everybody is doing, whether I will get the punya or not? No, such kind of doubt should not come. That's why here Bhagavan said, Shraddhavan Anasuyaha Shrunuyadapi. Just even by listening itself, he didn't understand. He could not assimilate the entire gamut of the teaching and abide in the Brahma Gnana, but still it is a great benefit for him. Now, after saying this in the 71st shloka, the next shloka, 72nd shloka, Kaschidetashrutam Pardha Tvayaikágrena Chetasa Kaschidajnana-sammohaha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. Before this shloka, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes a small avatarika commentary. What he says there, it is the responsibility of a teacher see that whether the disciple understood or not. If he is not, suppose, not understood, now let me teach him again in a different way through which he can grasp it. Let me read this bhashya, it is very nice. Sishyasya shastrartha grahana agrahana viveka bhubutsaya. Because the teacher is eagerly now waiting and want to know that whether this my disciple student received, understood or not. But sincerely sitting and listening because of that desire, Bhagavan Bhubutsaya, with that desire, Pruchati, Bhagavan Krishna asking the Arjuna. So, teacher, it is responsibility of the teacher. The next shloka, whatever we read it, Shankara says, this is the responsibility of the teacher. Tad agrahane gnate punaha grahayishyami. Suppose if he is not received, not able to grasp, then punaha I will see that I will teach in a still simpler or easier manner by which he can grasp. I will make him to grasp, I will make him to understand. Upayantarena, by other way of means, other means some making it more easier, simpler. Upayantarena api iti prashtuhu abhiprayah. This is the desire behind this shloka. Bhagavan Krishna as a teacher wants to know that what happened to the Arjuna after listening this much. Therefore, yatrantaram asthaya sishya krutardha kartavyah iti acharya dharma. I told you, no, it is a responsibility of the teacher by using another method and prakriya, and see that sishya krutardha. I should make the disciple who is listening, he is also fulfilled, got it. Krutardha. Kartavya iti acharya dharma. To show that here Bhagavan asking this question to the Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, hey Kuntiputra, Kaunteya, kaschit etad shrutam maya uktam, as whatever I taught to you, you heard. Yes, hey Partha, have you heard with the concentrated mind? Tvai ekagrena chetasa shrutam? Have you heard with focused mind? And suppose if you have listened with the focused mind, that ajnanam, kaschit ajnana sammoha, because of the ignorance, what delusion has taken place in your mind, that pranastaste, your delusion has gone. Hey Dhananjaya, please tell. I am asking you, you heard, have you heard with the concentrated mind? Therefore, have you able to grasp the entire teaching? And because of that, your delusion has gone or not? Like that, if we are also asked by the teacher, or we ourselves ask. Now, end of the 18th chapter, Bhagavad Gita teaching got over. Now, this is the litmus test. scanning, like yesterday I told you, scanning. Then Arjuna replied for that Lord's question. Arjuna uvacha nashto mohasmrutir labdha tat prasadatmayachyuta stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. O Lord Achyuta, in the first chapter, 21st shloka, Arjuna used this word addressing the Lord, O Achyuta. Where? When? Senayorubhayor madhye radham sthapaya mechyuta. Hey Achyuta, take my chariot and place in between the two armies. We know that story. So that word now again, He Achyuta. In the end, Arjuna says, immediately, Nashtaha, gone. My delusion has gone without any delay. See, to say the good thing and positive thing, you must give always a very short, quick answer to the point. Moha nashtaha te. Then, this is the intelligent way of answering. Me mohaha nashtaha. Why that much big sentence? Because Bhagavan eagerly waiting, the teacher is waiting. It is like this, one example. When Hanumanji went to Lanka and found the Sita, and then immediately he came and from the sky itself he informed to those Vanaras who are all sitting eagerly waiting there when Hanumanji is going to come, whether he saw the Sita or not. Then contain, the word is used. Sita also word not used in the before. Contain Sita. Because even that Sita, oh, what happened? Like that, the listener should not get excited and anxious. Same way, when they all went to the Rama also, there he just said, found. What happened? I found the Sita. Contain. This is the very important communication skill. When we went for some work at our home, our spouse or children or somebody is waiting that, so dad is going to come, father, he went for some important work. What happened? So after we come, we should not make delay so much. They are all waiting and they look. Sometimes they won't ask. First of all, if the work is done, we must come with a more smiling face and joyful mood, and then finish. Work done. Done. Then immediately everybody will feel so happy. So we should not say so much, I went there, I talked to him first, he didn't agree, then finally you should not tell all this story. Hanumanji didn't tell all that, while going, I started from here, no. In between Mainaka Parvata came, Surasa Rakshasa came, and then there is a watchwoman, Lankini. He didn't say any of those things. The work he went for to find the Sita, he found. Like that here, Nashtaha, Moha. Even Moha, no, first Nashtaha, Moha. What is that Moha? Bhagavan himself asked Ajnana Sammoha, Ajnana Janaha, Samasta Samsara Anardha Hetuhu, Sagara Hiva Dustaraha. Because of which ignorance born this delusion, and which causes for this entire Vyavaharika Prampancha Samsara Anardha Hetu. This is Anardham. If you hold on to it, the samsara, worldly vyavahara, it is anartha hetu. It becomes the wrong means or the cause for our disturbance. Like a samudram sagaram. And crossing the samsara samudra is very difficult. Even you can cross the Pacific Ocean or Indian Ocean, but crossing the samsara sagaram is dustaraha. Then your moha nashta. Then naturally, if the moha, my delusion has gone, Arjuna says, smrutihi labdha. I regain back my identity. Here, smriti of what? Smriti means remembrance, memory. My memory means here, I recognized what I am. Here, not about the Brahma Atma, that is okay. Here, I am a Kshatriya, I am in the war field. What is my duty? I now recognize. That means the whole delusion for Arjuna in this particular context taken place because of the wrong identity. In the same way, for every jiva, every person, the whole problem, if at all he says, my problem is this, my problem is this, anything, a small or big, this problem gone, but another problem came, any problem, any confusion, any difficulty, any shoka, moha, bhaya, whatever, everything is because of the what? This basic not forgetting our identity. So for any problem, for anybody's, this ajnana is, I forgot my identities. Therefore, what is the main thing? Identity crisis. In the beginning chapter introduction, this point is brought out. So smrutir labdha, I got correct my identification. For that, Shankara writes, Yasyaha labhat sarvagrandhinam vipramokshaha. By gaining which all my sarvagrandhi, Shankara is using the Upanishadic word grandhi. Bhidhyate hrudaya grandhihi chidhyante sarva samshayah kshiyante chasya karmani. We used to say, all those three things, if they are not happen, about three grandhis are there. Hrudaya grandhi, and because of that samshaya grandhi, and because of that karma bondage. Three knots. That's a sarva grandhinam. These three. Once for all, freed from it. Moksha, pramoksha, vipramoksha. Double adjective emphasis Shankara using vipramoksha. Generally we listen this word. Moksha, 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 we keep on use it. Or we use Jivan Mukti. But pramoksha, is it a promotion? Like getting promotion in some jobs and better promotion straight away from the clerk to the branch manager or regional manager. Vipramoksha, that means totally I am free from my delusion. How come it happened, you know? Tvat prasadat, O Lord, because of your grace. If you don't teach me this, therefore the teaching of the Guru, when we don't know that what a great prasada I am getting from my teacher. Tvat prasadat, tava prasadat. Maya, I Tvat prasadam ashritena, that is important, Maya, because I surrender to you. If I don't surrender, if I don't give my ear to you, and the first shloka when you started teaching itself, why Krishna you are unnecessarily scolding at me, klaibhyam ma smagama pardha, like that, kshudram hridaya daurbhalyam, klaibhyam ma. Arjuna, no, I don't like if you scold like this. No, you may be little 5 years elder than me. I may ask your support. You said I will help you in the war. Because of that, you should not tease me like this and insult me. Arjuna little bit reacted, but immediately recovered. Therefore, we also in the world day-to-day actions and we get react, but immediately if we can recollect and re-come back, rebounds that I did. So, Tvat prasadat, Tava prasadat, Maya, because I Tvat prasadam ashritena, because I am waiting for your guidance. Hey Achyuta, little more Shankara writes here and quotes the one or two Shruti Vakyas. Sarva Shastra Gnana Phalam, Shastrartha Gnana Phalam, Etavad Eva Iti Nishchitam Darshitam Bhavati Yad Ukta Yad Uta Ajnana Sammohanashaha Atmasprutihi Labhaha. See, all the delusion gone and I recognized, I got my real identity, and now this is the general, not about Darjana only. When you listen to Bhagavad Gita really, and by this time we must be able to say like Arjuna, gone for good once for all, no more delusion, no more confusion. So Bhagavan Shankara concludes like, this is the only purpose of teaching the Shastra. Sarva Shastra Artha Gnana Phalam. What is the Shastram? Use of Shastram? Purpose? Gnana Phalam. Bhavati Yad Uta and Ajnana Sammohat Brahma. Mohaha. Then Atmasmruti Labha. Sammohanashaha Atmasmruti Labha. Two things happened. That's it. This is the purpose of Shastra. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankara, this is only praised in all the Upanishads. For example, Chandogya Upanishad. There, Naradji submits himself and says to Sanat Kumaraji, Anatmavid Shochami, being I have not recognized my real identity as Atma, I am still worrying and feeling sorrow. Iti upanyasya atmagnane sarvagrandhi vipramokshaha uktaha. That's why the question is that and answer is prompt. Two words question, 2 words answer. That's it. Entire purpose of the teaching of the Shastra. Not only that, which I mentioned to you now, Mundakopanishad also Shankara mentions, and not only that, finally he says, quotes the Ishavasya Upanishad. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyevānupashyati tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvamanupashyadaha. In this way, now Arjuna becomes silent, Bhagavan Krishna becomes silent. That means now they have to get ready for war. Then the mediator, the commentator in between the war field and the Dhritarashtra, who is communicating this entire Bhagavad Gita, when he communicated, even though it is happened in the first day of the war, before beginning the war, Vyasa also didn't mention in the Mahabharata in the beginning itself or at the time of war beginning. He didn't write in the Mahabharata that place. Only after 10th day, when the Bhishmacharya fallen down, Dhritarashtra got shaken and then asked how it happened. How come? You please tell me once again. Have you forgotten anything to tell me? Then only Sanjaya went to the flashback and started explaining the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, now the experience of the Sanjaya. 74th shloka. Sanjaya uvacha ityaham vasudevasya पार्थस्य च महात्मनः संवादमिमम श्रोषम् adbhutam romaharshanam. Now from here, Sanjaya's words, what happened to Sanjaya? Now here we have to see, let us compare and see between the 5 people, okay, different levels who heard the Bhagavad Gita simultaneously, same time. Of course, first heard by the Arjuna on the first day. That time itself, Sanjaya also heard. Okay, 10th day only Dhritarashtra. Now, if you see the comparison, what happened? The first heard by the directly Arjuna. Now, Arjuna declared here just now, Nashtaha mohaha smrutihi labdhaha. My delusion has gone because I got I identified my real identity. That's it. Now, Sanjaya is going to tell his experience. He is not in any dilemma or in any confusion. He is just standing there because of the Vyasacharya asked him to convey what is happening in the war field. So Sanjaya, but now Sanjaya's words we are going to hear. Anyhow, along with the shloka. But before I take to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra also heard the entire Bhagavad Gita like all of us. But nowhere afterwards what happened to Dhritarashtra not mentioned at all here. Maybe in Mahabharata, what happened after listening the Bhagavad Gita, no any expression, no word. So only in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre, that's it. Nowhere mentioned anything because nothing happened. Nothing happened. If something happened or if any reaction, Dhritarashtra also feels, wow, such a great knowledge. No, he could not able to come out of his attachment. He could not able to come out of his grief, his fear, his ownership of the kingdom and his children and all that. He could not come out of it after listening the entire Bhagavad Gita. Very important. Like most of us in the world. I don't say all of you, but you have to ask your question to yourself. How long you want to be still in the wretched life of the transitory, material, ignorant life? So Dhritarashtra, nothing happened. Then, fourth, Hanumanji also heard simultaneously when Bhagavan Krishna is teaching to Arjuna on the same time. Same time, Sanjaya, of course, is online class for Sanjaya. But he got a tremendous benefit. And Hanumanji, all direct class, of course, in a invisible form. Then we know after that he jumped and came out of that flag of the chariot. Then he did namaskara, and it is not mentioned exactly in that context, but somewhere it said that after that Hanumanji bowed to Bhagavan Krishna and asked, "O Lord, I also heard the great teaching in Ramayana. As a Rama, you didn't teach me that much, but now you have given me the opportunity. Because of my brother and this war, I am able to sit here and did my seva little bit, and you have given me the prasada. What Guru Dakshina I can give to you?" He asked. Then Bhagavan said, "You write a commentary on this teaching Bhagavad Gita." It is said that Paishachika Bhashyam, which has written by Hanumanji, I think that is available also. He wrote and he paid his Guru Dakshina to Lord Krishna. Now, let us ask ourselves, what happened to us? Don't ask, sir, what happened to us? So, fifth, we are listening now after 5,000 years later, and whether we heard fully or not, many of you may not heard continuously. See how difficult to get a teacher teaching and listening continuously. Okay, never mind. Once more you will listen, but I won't teach again in the same language. That means you have to listen to yourself, which are all already kept available. So this is important question. What happened to me? What I am expecting to happen to me? Or what Lord Krishna is expecting, or my Guru is expecting, or Gita Shastra, Gita Mata is expecting from me? Is it happened for me also? If not so, when it will happen? Why? What I have to do for it? Let us analyze ourselves, each one of us. Now here, Sanjaya's words. Iti aham is addressing to Dhritarashtra. Sanjay Uvacha. In this way, Sanjay telling, I heard the dialogue, the teaching which has taken place between the Partha, Partha, that means Partha Sarthi, the name has given to him, Vasudeva. And Ityaham not Partha, sorry, Vasudevasya, from the Paramatma, the Lord Vasudevasya, and Mahatmanaha Pardhasya, this word we have to note it. See, Sanjaya giving a great executive to only to Arjuna, Mahatma Arjuna. See, that means what a great chance to him. Because of Arjuna only, Arjuna's delusion, Bhagavan's teaching, now I am able to sit and listen from here. Then we must all bow down to the Arjuna also, no? If Arjuna didn't get the delusion, Arjuna didn't ask any question, Bhagavan may not open the mouth and teach, then how we will get the Bhagavad Gita? So, Mahatma Arjuna and Vasudeva Paramatma Krishna, the Samvadam Idam, this dialogue conversation, which is Asrausham, that means I heard, Shrutavan Asmi, I heard. What is my experience, that is Amritam. Adbhutam. Adbhutam means most wonderful. There cannot be anything most wonderful than this. Wonders of the wonders. Atyanta Vismayakaram. Because of that, Roma Harshanam. My whole body is hair plating. Hair plated. When I am telling now, after 10 days to you, oh, Dhritarashtra, Raja, how I got this opportunity? He is now praising and remembering the Bhagavan Veda Vyasa. 75th Shloka. Vyasa prasadachrutavan etad guhyamaham padam param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kadhayata swayam. Because of the Vyasa Bhagavan's anugraha, Vyasa Bhagavan only given me the Duradrishti vision. I can sit here and see everything like in the TV, telepathy, television. So, because of the Vyasa Prasadat, I am able to heard the entire Bhagavad Gita. Not only hearing, I saw everything what is happening there. Srutavan. What is that? Etat. Guhyatamam. The most secret and most supreme param. That yogam. Taught by whom? Yogeshwarat Krishnat Sakshat. Sakshat Yogeshwara Krishnat taught that yoga. Yogam. Yogeshwara Krishna, he is the master of all the yogas, Ishvara. That's why Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So that Lord, and from him directly, Sakshat, when he is telling directly from his mouth, Swayam, I am able to hear because of the Vyasa's blessings. So this Yogeshwarat, Krishnat, Sakshat, Swayam, uttered by him, Lord, I heard. Do we have such a feeling? Or simply we are, somebody is telling something, it happened, you are listening. The the words of the nectar of the Parameshwara, Ishvara. And then he says in 76th shloka, because of that, hey, Rajan samsmritya samvadamimam adbhutam keshavarjunayoh punyam hrishyami cha muhurmuhu. Now, these 5 shlokas, whatever Sanjay is expressing, and of course Arjuna expressed in one shloka, this all should be applied to us. Whether I am also having such a feeling like Sanjaya? Hey Rajan, hey Dhritarashtra, Maharaja, samsmritya imam adbhutam samvadam. Again he is using the wonderful conversation by remembering again and again, recollecting. Samsmritya, I am just recollecting, it is coming, keep on coming in my mind. More and more, I am able to remember. By more remembering. What is that? Keshav Arjunayoho idam punyam adbhutam samvadam. See, punyam, which can purify the hearts of the people, which can remove the ignorance, which can remove the sins. Keshavarjunayoho samvadam. No, I cannot put in words. Hrishyami. I am thrilled, filled with the joy. Again and again, muhuhu, muhuhu. Again and again, when I am thinking of Shrutva, that pratikshanam, muhurmuhu, pratikshanam, I am so much feeling thrilled and happy, bubbling with joy in my heart. Then 77th shloka, Taccha samsmritya रूपमत्यद्भुतं हरेः विस्मयो मे महान् राजन् हृष्यामि च पुनः पुनः. Same words again. Same words again. Because now, anyhow, he is telling to the Dhritarashtra. There the war is going on, happening. Dhritarashtra become stunned and sitting quietly. So, Sanjay wants to express his joy. And what happened to him? That samsmritya, that samvadam dialogue again and again by recollecting and remembering, recalling it. And not only that, in that, not this time dialogue alone. Harehe atyadbhutam roopam. Because that means by this word, maybe Sanjaya wants to say that I loved that 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshanam is the most thrilling one. Most thrilling one. Atyadbhutam arehe roopam. I am wonderstruck. Vismayaha me, a Maharajan. Therefore, Rishyami punah punah. That means tat kadhanam, tat chintanam, tat mananam, tat anyonya alapanam, prabodhanam. I am filled with the joy, anandam sagara. Like that, punaha punaha I am enjoying, rejoicing with it. Then the last final shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yatra yogeshwara krishnaha yatra pardho dhanurdharaha tatra shrir vijayo bhutihi dhruvani tirmatirmama. Yatra, wherever, whenever, yasmin pakshe, on whomever side, okay, yasmin pakshe, yogeshwaraha sarvayoganam ishwaraha tat prabhavatvat sarvayoga bijasya. Because of Ishvara, sarvayoginam ishwaraha yogeshwaraha. Check that Krishna, and as well as yatra, wherever, the pardha, yasmin pakshe dharma dhanurdharaha gandiva dhanva. In whichever side the Krishna and as well as the Arjuna are there, tatra shrihi tasmin Pandavanam pakshe. Now very clearly Sanjaya declaring to Dhritarashtra, your children are clean bowled, going to be cleaned. No doubt about it. At least now itself, now at least Dhritarashtra go and immediately call for a ceasefire, withdraw, match withdraw. He didn't say. Therefore, yatra, this is certainly going to happen. Yatra yogeshwaraha krishnaha, yatra dhanurdharaha pardhaha. That means whichever side is the truth and whichever side is the dharma, where the Lord and the truth is the basis of the life and action, there the victory is bound to happen. Therefore, tatra shrihi, shrihi means prosperity, all kinds of prosperity. Tasmin pakshe, vijaya tatra eva bhutihi. The victory is certain to happen. Shriyo vishesha vistaraha bhuti. Dhruva, this is my firm conviction. Nitihi. Evam matihi mama. This is my 200% conviction, my dear O Lord, the Dhritarashtra Maharaja. So this is certainly going to happen. Pandavas are going to win the war. Dharma will going to win. Satyameva jayate, dharmameva jayate. Dharma ki jaya ho. adharma ki nash ho, asatya ki nash ho. So like this important shloka indicates and tells to us where the dharma and that Brahman is bound to be together, or karma and gnana. When these two are properly understood, then that person will get liberated. Here, Jayam, victory, according to the war and the situation, Sanjaya telling, but the inner real meaning is where there is a dharma or Brahma, and Arjuna represents for the disciplined lifestyle. Disciplined lifestyle. That means a proper mumukshutvam, if it is there, that person definitely attains the victory. In this, there is no any doubt about it. Yatra yogeshwara krishnaha yatra pardho dhanurdharaha. Now, 2-3 more points I would like to highlight from this 77th sloka. Atyadbhutam rupam harehe. Is it only imagined or in that particular time? Because there Arjuna also expressed aneka bahu, aneka vatkaram, aneka nayanam, all that he just as like he's seeing on a cinemascope or 3D dimensional, a huge form of the Lord. Maybe he saw it is a bhavana, or because of the Bhagavan's teaching and all that, that kind of bhava samadhi has maybe taken place in Arjuna. And is it the purpose of the Ishvara only to show thousands hands and a big picture where the head is touching to the sky and all that? But in fact, Sanjay also telling by seeing that, by recollecting that, I am again and again feeling bubbling with the joy. The inner meaning is actually we have to take in this way. We are not to expect and anticipate such kind of Vishwarupa Darshanam when it will happen to me. Yeah, when you see the calendar and Bhagavan Vishnu's photo, it will happen. Is it like that? No. Bhagavan's teaching is that apart from me, there is nothing. Mayi sarvamidam protam bhu. So, sutre manigana iva. Ishvaras sarvabhutanam hruddesha arjuna tishtati. And when he says that there is nothing beyond me, apart from me, if that knowledge is assimilated, as like Sanjaya telling now, we should see the meaning of that now. Do we have a 24/7 Vishwarupa Darshanam or not? Let us ask the question. If we are really digested and assimilated this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, teaching of Lord, that sarvatra samadarshanaha, then why you are expecting a special type of vision? So don't expect what vision you are having. You are neglecting that vision and anticipating and waiting for the some other vision. This is wrong. That means you have not received, digested the real knowledge, real what Bhagavan wants to say, what he said. So don't expect any kinds of visions. If vision may come, may go. Because it has come, it will go. There also showed sometime and again disappeared. And actually, Arjuna itself, don't show this to me, I am not able to withstand, withdraw. Such a terrible kind of, once he praised first in the beginning and later on saying it is very terrible, I can't see. Then who wants that vision? It is not actually terrible and all that. Here when you see in this world, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Are you able to accept all the three equally? Do you have that stamina without any reacting in the mind? If that happens, the real Vishwarupa Darshana, here everything is nothing but the God. Here anything if you feel looks like happening, it is happening in the Lord, by the Lord, for the Lord, in the Lord. Everything is whole Lord only, nothing else. So with this Bhagavan's grace and the great Acharya's grace, we are able to complete the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 18th chapter today in English. Now let us conclude and study that last Pushpika. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtamo Ashtadashodhyayah Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.